Okay, let's start about the types of database systems. So previous video we have seen a quiz which have 6 questions. Make sure you all read about those and you all perfect in the introductory part. And now we are going to learn about types of database systems. So database systems are categorized into 4 types: hierarchical, NoSQL, network, relational. So this is the brief. Go to the next slide. So first one is relational model. Relational model is nothing but all about tables. Data is only stored in the format of tables. Each relation must have a name. So like each table should have a name. Here relation is usually represented as, this is the table. This table name is employee, and we need to mention the columns in the table name and columns present in the table. This is the representation of a table. So employee and ID, e-name, employee name, salary, bonus, department. So the columns are called as attributes or fields, and rows are called as tuples. So these are the columns. Columns are also called as attributes or fields. Rows are also called as records or tuples. So number of records or rows or columns is nothing but cardinality of the relation. This cardinality is very important. Cardinality and degree, you will come across all this. So what is cardinality? Cardinality main focuses on rows. If you want to keep in mind, like cardinality, columns, opposite. So like that, cardinality doesn't mean columns, it means rows, opposite words, like that. Remember, number of attributes or number of columns is nothing but degree of the relationship. C cross C, cardinality means rows, it doesn't means columns. If you want to if you want to remember in a quite a bit little way, so then remember like that, or otherwise you can remember. So number of columns are nothing but degree of the relationship. So null represents the value of an attribute that is currently unknown or not applicable. Attribute is nothing but column. Attribute is nothing but column. So null is if we don't have any value, then we can just leave it as a blank. That is nothing but a null value. Okay. This is the last one, I think. Okay. Domain. A domain is the set of allowable values for one or more attributes. So here ICP, ETA and IVS. Okay. Domain is nothing but which department the employee belongs to. So these three are combined as a domain. ICP, ETA and IVS. These are the domain names. Just don't need to remember it. It's a combination of some attributes. So only these three departments are considered. Other than these are not considered. Only allowable values like one or more attributes. It's a set represented in a set value. Okay. See the questions. A relational database consists of a collection of, I already said, tables. A relation among a set of values in a table is represented by a relationship among a set of values in a table represented by. Okay, I need to think about this question. Let's go to the third question. The set of permitted values of an attribute is called. I already said domain. The second question is about a relationship among a set of values in a table. So, in relational database, a relationship among a set of values is represented by a row. Each row in a table represents a single implicitly structured data item in the table. So the correct option is row. Set of values is nothing but row. The set of permitted values of an attribute. Attribute is nothing but a column. In column, the permitted values. I already said about domain. Like it is only set of permitted values. In these three values only we need to mention all domain names. So that is nothing but domain. The attribute value that is currently unknown. If we don't know any value, just it is considered as null. Consider the relation salesman. So this is the table name salesman, and these are the columns SID, name, location. What is the cardinality of the above relation? Cardinality is nothing but number of rows. So salesman, actually they only given columns. By default I think one row, so we will see. In this, what is the degree of the above relation? Degree is nothing but number of columns. They already given 3 columns, so 3. So the cardinality of a relationship refers to the number of rows or tuples in a table. However, since the question does not provide the actual data in the table, okay, we cannot determine the exact number of rows. If you assume the table has 3 rows, then the cardinality could be 3. Without specific data, the question is ambiguous. So, but typically cardinality refers to the number of rows. So we can keep, I just keep 3 because they given 3 columns. So I will give 3 as rows also. Let's see. Okay. They are saying it as a wrong, but they didn't given how many rows. Still it is wrong. I will keep all the answers and I will check. Yeah, okay. So their answer is 4. But don't think too much. Cardinality is nothing but number of rows. If they didn't given, if you keep any answer, then they will make you score. Just don't worry. So this is the quiz part. And okay. Next one is okay, data integrity and constraints. Data integrity is refers to accuracy of the data and consistency of the data. We have three types of integrity, like entity integrity. Entity integrity is nothing but a primary key. So that is a primary key. Domain integrity. So domain accuracy is nothing but data types, check constraints, whether the constraint is right or wrong, we need to check. Referential integrity is nothing but it's a foreign key. See this table if you have any doubt. Entity integrity is nothing but each table must have a column and or set of columns through which we can uniquely identify a row. So in every table we need to have some columns to identify a row. These columns cannot have null values. So mainly remember the thing, entity integrity. In entity integrity it is related to primary key. Primary key should not be null. Foreign key should be null or candidate key may be null. But the main point is primary key should not get null. This is very important question. You can uh, you can see this question in any MCQs, like primary key should not be null. So domain integrity, all attributes in a table must have a defined domain, like example a finite set of values which have to be used only in this particular set of values. We need to use all this, like we have seen domain before. When we assign a data type to a column, we limit the values that it can contain. If I allow only number type, numeric type, so only numeric type is allowed. Other than that, I can't use strings, I can't use varchar, like that. In addition, we can also have value restrictions as per business rules, like gender must be M or F. This is also considered as a domain integrity. So in between M and F only I can choose the values. That is domain integrity. And referential integrity is nothing but foreign key. Every value of a column in a table must exist as a value of another column in a different or same table. Remember, uh, I have a value in my current table. That value should already present in another table or in the same table. Repetition. So that is about the foreign key also. Foreign key should be can be null or not. That is as your wish. So see, this is the representation of the domain integrity. Domain mainly focuses on columns, and entity integrity is nothing but rows. Referential integrity is nothing but between it is a relation between two tables. Next, candidate key. Candidate key and primary key are somewhat similar, but candidate key is minimal set of unique rows. Like see, a candidate key is a minimum set of columns or attributes that can be used to uniquely identify a single row or tuple in a relationship. We use columns to identify a row that is in a table. Like candidate keys are identified during database design, considering the basic business rules of the database. Consider the following relation with the regardless. Okay, this is a table in that we have column names like employee number, name, Aadhaar number, salary, date of birth. These are the columns. Let us try to identify some candidate keys for this relationship. See, you will get clarity. Like employee number. So each employee has unique number. Okay, this seems a good candidate key because all employees don't have the same number, no? That's why. And Aadhaar number also same. But why it is not a good candidate key? Aadhaar number is not a good candidate because we have Aadhaar card number in only India. If you go other countries, Aadhaar card is not valid for the other countries. So we can't use a Aadhaar card for all purposes. Like we can't rely on the Aadhaar card. Only in India we use the Aadhaar card. If you go like another country for the job, you cannot use the Aadhaar card. This seems to be a good candidate key for a company based in India. So for multinational firm with employees across the globe, this will not work at all. Okay. Name and date of birth. For small things it may work, but for large purposes we can't use this as a candidate key. This might work for a small film of 10 people as a combination of name and date of birth is likely to be unique. So salary, some level of people may get the same salary. So this is not a candidate key. Employee number and date of birth. This is also a not good a candidate key because employee number is itself a candidate key. So we only need minimal set of columns. We don't need to mention more than that. So employee number is itself a candidate key, so no need of mentioning date of birth in it. So see, it is not a candidate key as employee number alone is unique. By the definition, only minimal set of attributes can be candidate key. So based on the business context, we can find the candidate key. Okay, just go to the slide. Next one is primary key. A primary key is the candidate key. It is a candidate key that is chosen to uniquely identify a row in a relationship. The mandatory and desired attributes for a primary key are, so it is must be uniquely identified. A tuple should not change with time, must not allow null values, should have short size, numeric data types. Okay, let us identify the primary key from the previous example. So see, employee number, Aadhaar number, name, comma, date of birth. This is a good candidate key as it is numeric, cannot be null and does not change with time. Employee number is a candidate key, but in candidate keys we can have null values, but in primary keys we should not have null values. So the same candidate key with the zero null values and it is numeric, then it will be considered as a primary key. Aadhaar number, it will be null for some people because some people may not have an Aadhaar card, so it is not a good proper for primary key. So next one is name and the date of birth. Both name and date of birth cannot be null. However, even if uniqueness is guaranteed, it is not a good choice due to large size. We set only small size. Okay. When two or more columns together identify the unique row, then it refers to a composite primary key. So primary key should be more than one. If the combination of name and date of birth is chosen as a primary key, then it would be considered as a composite primary key. Okay, next one. Foreign key is nothing but see, this is a computer table and this is an employee table. This is considered as a parent table and this is considered as a child table. So how to connect these two tables? We need to mention the primary key in the parent key as the foreign key in the child table. Sorry, I said tree, not tree, table. So what I said is a primary key in the parent table should be a foreign key in the child table. First observe the parent and the child tables respectively, then you can go with the foreign key. Foreign key is a set of one or more columns in the table in the child table whose values are required to match with the corresponding columns in the parent table. Foreign key establishes a relationship between two tables. So see, foreign key columns identified in child table must refer to the primary key or unique key of a parent table. This child table can contain null values, but let us take an example of the employee and computer. foreign key can be known. This is about the foreign key. So, coming to the quiz on data integrity, the first question is the relationship between the two relations is created using. So, here relations is nothing but tables, that is nothing but foreign key. The second question is which of the following statements are false about primary key? Primary key uniquely identifies a row. It is correct. There can be more than one primary key for a table. Yeah, it is also correct. Primary key columns in one table can be referenced by foreign key columns in another table. Primary key columns in one table. Okay. Columns with string like char, var, char2 data types cannot be made primary key because they are large. Yeah, this is true. So the false statement is this, I think. But they said any two. I think the fourth option is also false because char should be less like 1. This statement is false. Columns with string data types can be used as primary keys as long as they uniquely identify each row. So this is wrong statement. And the next one is if it is large, then we cannot use. The entity customer uh, has 3 candidate keys like customer ID, email, contact number. Suggest the best primary key for this entity. Absolutely, I think customer ID is the best. Okay, contact number should also different, I think. But customer ID is the best choice for a primary key because it is likely to be a unique identifier that is not subject to change. May uh, because my phone number may change with the time. So we have seen in what is the primary key. It should not change with the time. I may change my phone number after some time. So only customer ID is the primary key. Email and contact number can change over time, making them less stable choices for a primary key. The fourth one is identify the candidate key for the recharge plan table. So they didn't give any table. Candidate key. How should we can identify? I think they didn't give any table. So in recharge plan, what we can expect as a columns like operator, plans, recharge ID, like that. So what is a candidate key? Oh, in options they have given no? Operator, plans, operator, comma, recharge type. Recharge type may be same for all phones like 2 GB, 3 GB. Those are all same, no? Plans are different because 399 plan, 499 plan, that is different. So operator and plans, I think it is a candidate key. Because a candidate key is a column or set of columns that can uniquely identify any database record without referring to any other data. In this case, combination of operator and plans is likely to be uniquely identify each record in the recharge plan table. So fifth one is identify the primary key for the recharge payment table. Primary key. Recharge ID. Because recharge ID is the best choice for the primary key because it is likely to be a unique identifier for each payment record. Operator and plans may not uniquely identify each payment record on their own. Identify the foreign key for the table recharge payment. Plans, I think, because foreign key is nothing but is a column or a set of columns in one table that refers to the primary key columns in another table. In this case, operator and plans together likely form a foreign key that references the primary key in another table, establishing a relationship between the two tables. So, operator and plans. So these are the answers. If you have any doubt, just comment me down and I will let you know the reason and answers more clearly in another video. I will check the answers. Okay, what is the mistake? Primary key is 1. Primary key in one table can be referenced by foreign key in another table. So this is wrong. There can be more than one primary key for a table. In one table we cannot get two or more primary keys. So, but I think composite primary key is there now. Okay, wait. So, if you see option here, the second question, this is saying there can be more than one primary key for a table. That is wrong because a table can have only one primary key. In that one primary key, we can have multiple columns. That is called as composite key. So, but there cannot be multiple primary keys. There is only one primary key with multiple columns. So, these two options are wrong. And first I choose this option as the wrong one. Primary key columns in one table can be referenced by foreign key columns in another table. So we will know a little bit about this because this is a fundamental concept in relational databases. Foreign keys are used to create relations between two tables by referencing the primary key of the another table. By using the primary key, we are making a relationship between two tables. So the meaning of this statement is that one. So that is called as foreign key. I hope you all understood this one. So we just submit it and we will see answers. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you all people are understanding my videos. If anyone are not understanding any part of my video, just comment me down so I can answer the problems or doubts in another video. I will make another video for that. Thank you. Please subscribe.